Fractions. It looks scary, but today I'm going to show you exactly how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide them. I'll also include practice questions at the end of the video for you to try on your own with an answer key. So let's get started. So what are fractions? Fractions are simply a way of showing parts of a whole. A fraction has two numbers. The numerator on the top, which tells you how many parts you have, and the denominator on the bottom, which tells you how many equal parts the whole is divided into. For example, if a sandwich is cut into 4 equal pieces, this is a sandwich right here, it's cut into 4 equal pieces, and you eat one. So let's just say this piece, that's 1/4. Because it's one piece out of 4 total pieces. Or think of it as a battery icon on your phone. If it shows 3 out of 5 bars, that's like having 3 out of 5 of your battery left. Fractions are everywhere. And once you understand how they work, the rest becomes a lot easier. So let's begin with adding fractions. If the denominator are the same, adding is super easy. So let's say we have 1/2 plus 3/2. As you can see, the denominators are the same, they're both 2. The bottom number are both 2. Since they both match, we just add the top numbers. So it becomes 1 plus 3. That's really what it becomes. Since the bottom number is the same, you just add the top numbers. So the two top numbers was 1 and 3. So 1 plus 3 is 4, which gives you 4/2, which can be simplified to 2. Because when you do 4 divided by 2, it will give you a whole number of 2. Now let's move on to subtracting fractions. The idea is the same. If the denominators are the same, just subtract the top numbers. 2/4 minus 1/4. Again, the bottom numbers are the same, so what you do is just subtract the two numbers. So 2 minus 1, which would give you 1/4. 1/4. But here's the thing, sometimes fractions don't have the same denominator. And when that happens, you need to make them match by finding a common denominator. Let me show you. Let's say you have to solve 1/4 plus 1/6. You can see the bottom numbers are different, so how do we get them to be the same? The easiest thing you can do here to find a common denominator is just multiply the denominator by the other denominator. So what I mean by here, 4 you multiply by 6, and the 6 you multiply by 4. So 6 times 4 and 1/4 times 6. So this is what it really looked like. And when you multiply by 4, you're multiplying the top and the bottom number by 4 or 6. So what would happen now is that our numbers will become like this. So since you multiply, for example, 1/4, multiply by 6. So 1 times 6 becomes 6. And the bottom number is 6 times 4, which is 24. Now we do it for the other fraction, multiplying it by 4. So 6 times 4 is 24. And you have to multiply the top number as well. So 1 times 4 is also 4. So now this becomes our fraction. 6/24 plus 4/24. And now since the denominators are the same, we can just add them like we did before. So 6 plus 4 is 10. So our fraction becomes 10 over 24. In this case, we can reduce the fraction even more. So 10 over 24 becomes 5 over 12. In this case, to get it reduced, I divided it by 2. Divide the top and the bottom number by 2. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. 24 divided by 2 is 12. And that gets you the reduced fraction. Let's move on to multiplying fractions, which is honestly my favorite because it's the easiest of all of them. When multiplying fractions, you just multiply the two top numbers together and the two bottom numbers together. For example, let's say you have the fractions 2 over 3 times 3 over 5. So, like I said, multiply the two top numbers and the two bottom numbers. 2 times 3 is 6, and 3 times 5 is 15. So this would be our answer. But we can also reduce this fraction as well. So by reducing it, we can divide both sides. You can divide the top and the bottom by 3, which will give you 2 over 5. So this would be our final answer. Now let's talk about the one that scares people the most, dividing fractions. But it actually is very simple. To divide fractions, there's a simple trick you can use. Keep, change, flip. So keep the fraction first, change the division sign to multiplication, and flip the second fraction. Here's an example. So let's say we need to solve 2 over 4 divided by 2 over 3. The first step is keep. So keep the first fraction as it is. The second part is change. Change the division to multiplication. So change this to be a multiplication sign, like this. And the third last rule is flip. Flip the second fraction. So 2 over 3 becomes 3 over 2. Now it's back to just simple multiplication. Multiply the two top numbers together and multiply the two bottom numbers together, which gives you 6 over 8, which is our answer. But we can also reduce it to be 3 over 4 by dividing the top and bottom by 2. But sometimes you're given a mixed number as part of your equation, which is a number that combines a whole number and a fraction, and it would generally look like this. It'd be like 1 over 4. Your fraction could be whatever number, but it has a whole number right beside. And that whole number can also be any number. It could be 1, it could be 100, 1,000. So what if you're given a mixed number? Let's say you have 1 over 2 divided by 3 over 4. The first thing you need to do is convert the mixed number. To do that, you need to look at the denominator. In this case, it is 2. And since you are converting it to a fraction, you would need that 1 whole of 2 into the numerator. So add 2 to 1, which is 3. So our fraction becomes 3 over 2. Now our equation would look like this. And from here, it becomes a lot easier. Remember the rule? Keep, change, flip. Keep the first fraction, change the division into multiplication, and flip the second fraction. So 3 over 4 will become 4 over 3. Now we just multiply the top number and the bottom number, these two and these two. So our equation would look like this. 12 over 6. Now this would actually give you a whole number. It'd give you 2. And since we can do that, we should have that as our final answer. So the answer would be 2. So that's how you add, subtract, multiply, and divide fractions. Just remember, the goal is to have the denominators of all the fractions the same for adding and subtraction. And for multiplication, you just multiply the top and the bottom numbers. And for division, remember the rule: keep, change, and flip. If this helped you, please like and subscribe and comment on any other concepts that you would like me to go over. And I'll see you in the next video. But here are some quick practice questions for you to do. And here are the answers.